Hello everybody and welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about building an army with one box, which is pretty much going to be the cheapest way of getting into Warhammer The Old World, which is mega awesome. And also, if you are liking my content and have not yet subscribed and you're new here, hit the subscribe button and give us a little help. I'm Pointy, let's jump into the video. So yes, on my journey, my creating of content for new players, I thought of doing a video about how to get the cheapest and most effective army on the board for new players with literally minimum effort. And Games Workshop has supplied us with the perfect literal entry box. Like literally, you can pretty much get a 2k army out of this box, and we're going to do that. So, what army is it? Well, it is this one right here, the Warriors of Chaos Battalion. Now, this box obviously is £110 if you get direct from Games Workshop, but I know that you guys and ladies are savvy consumers and will use your local online retailer, such as Element Games, affiliate link below, or your local hobby stores, such as Replay Games here in Bangor, Northern Ireland, to get yourself a little sweet discount and knock that £110 down below £100, which makes this box even better when you actually look at these online and local store discounts. So what do you get in it? You basically get 2 big blocks of Chaos Warriors, 2 blocks of Chaos Knights, and 2 Chariots. Now, that doesn't look great on the off chance, but when you actually look at what you can do with this box, that's when it starts to look really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over into the army builder, and we're going to build a list using just this box, and I'm going to show that you can get to 2,000 points. Okay, so we're into the army builder. Let's just start. We're going to be picking our Warriors of Chaos. We're just going to go for the Grand Army, okay, open war, 2,000 points, and we're going to call it the One Box Army. Alright, there you go. Description, don't need a description, but we're just going to call it the One Box. So first things first, what do we have in the army? Well, we have 2 chariots. So we're going to be looking for characters that can roll in chariots. Pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a Chaos Lord, and we're going to give him a chariot. Yes, we are. There we go. We're going to go down to his steeds, down to his mount, and we're going to be throwing him in to a Chaos Chariot. Right, there we go. What we'll do is, just for the shits and giggles, we'll give him the Mark of Corn. I'm a big fan of corn. I quite like corn, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go back and do the demonic gifts very shortly, but right now, that's all you need. And then we're going to have another character. We're going to have a sorcerer. I think an exalted sorcerer. I don't think we can have a sorcerer, but I think we can. But we might as well just do that, and we can stick him on a chariot as well. How's that? Shits and giggles. Aha! So there we go. We got our 2 chariots are already done, and we've still got 380 points available. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into core, and then we're going to take some Chaos Warriors, and we're going to bump them up to 10. I'm just going to make sure that we are actually getting the battalion box in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I do believe it is 2 blocks of 20. 32 Chaos Warriors, so that's even better. So 32, so we can have 2 units of 15 Chaos Warriors. We can have a block, champion, standard, musician. We're going to go for hand weapons and shields because we can. We'll take the shields, 1 point per model. We'll give him a Mark of Corn as well because, you know, we like close combat. And then we'll do that. So we're going to do that again. Chaos Warriors, another 15. Okay, standard. You could probably push that up to 16 if you really wanted to, but, you know, you've got a couple of spare models there for testy beds, for testing your models and your paint schemes, which is all good. And next, what we're going to do is we're just going to look at the options. we can't, we can't make them chosen or anything. But this is where we're going to really sink the points. And already, by just using those 2 blocks of Chaos Warriors and the 2 chariots, we're already over 1,000 points. We haven't even looked at magic items yet. So we're going to go to your core units. We're going to go to, let me see. We'll go special. Chosen Chaos Knights. Brilliant. And we know that we get in the box, we're going to get 10 cavalry. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this up to 10 models. 10 chosen Chaos Knights. We're going to slap that all the way up there. Now this is expensive already. You can see that this unit is 381 points. But we love that. We love it. We'll give them lances. We've got heavy armor. And we've given them full plate. And because we're going to give them drilled. And we're going to give them Mark of Corn as well for the shits and giggles. That is a 529 point unit. So we are 1,600 points. Before we even look at anything in regards to anything but magic items. So we're going to start giving some magic items now. We're going to have a general, obviously. He needs to be a general. So we've got now a legal army. And then we're going to go for some magic items. So first things first, we've got some chaos gifts. Let's have a little look. What chaos gifts shall we have? We have the chaos gifts just over here. I'll just pull the screen over slightly. Let you guys see the chaos gifts. So we got the chaos gifts here. And we're going to have that look. So we got the chaos gifts. So what this is good is we can actually do that and it'll come up. This gives us, makes us enemies require a fear and terror chest. That's kind of cool. 40 points. We do have 50 points to play with this. Demonic flesh, extra arm, enhanced aura, aura of pain, master of mortals. We can really go down. But I quite like the idea of something like demon flesh. The character cannot be wounded by a roll of a wound of 2, regardless of the strength of the attack. That is pretty cool. So you're basically on a 3 to wound him all the time, which is not bad. But I like Dark Majesty. Let's just throw that in. Unless this character is fleeing, an enemy unit is required to make a fear or terror test whilst within the character's command range with a -1 leadership. So basically, he's really big and scary. So we'll give him that. And then he has 100 points of magic items. So we want him to be a beat stick. He's got the Mark of Corn. So let's have a little look at the Chaos weapons. We've got a Demon Sword for 75 points, which is basically a strength plus a D3 modifier, -2. Extra attacks D3, which is always good. Magic Strike and Strike First. Hey. And every natural roll of 1 made with the roll will hit you rather than the enemy. We'll give him a Demon Sword because that's how we roll. And then he's only got like 25 points left. So the Brass Collar. Magic Resistance -2. Let's do that. So that's the Chaos Lord, who comes in at a whopping 460 points. And as you can see, we are literally only 250 points short. And we're going to be able to do that by literally just going to the Chaos Sorcerer, rolling down there, giving him 50 points of Marks of Gifts. We're going to be looking for something that's going to be a little bit on the, extra magical stuff. So we'll have a look at that. -1 to him, which is always quite good. Demonic Splendor. What's the extra arm give him? Gives him a +1 to attack modifier. He's not really going to be fighting much. So you can give him Strike First if you really want to. I don't know. Let's go for... Yeah, let's do that. Once per game, this character's combat phase, the chosen fight phase, engaged suffers D6 suffer wounds. We know obviously it's a regeneration. Ward saves are permitted. Let's do that one. And now let's go for the... what we are going to do is we're going to make him a level 4 wizard. Okay. And what we'll do, rather than do Undivided, we'll give him the Mark of Slaanesh as well, just to really lean into that magical side. The mount will just make it Mark of Slaanesh as well. So what we'll do is we'll have a little down, and then we've got his magic gifts. We kind of want to really go into the sort of magic side of things, so let's have a look at the enchanted items. Wizarding hat. Could give him a wizarding hat. randomly generated from the lore of magic. But what's the chaos magic stuff? Talisman of the Crow. Regeneration and poison attacks. Kind of cool. Regeneration. Kind of cool. Law of regeneration. Magic resistance. And in addition, the bearer has a 5-up ward save against any wounds suffered where they were caused by an attack that was made as magical attacks. That's not bad. But what we want is something like an arcane thing. So the bearer of the skull for wizards within 3 inches may apply a +1 modifier to the casting rolls. So we'll slap that onto him because +1 modifier is really good, and we'll give him a chaos familiar as well. And Helm of Many Eyes. No, we're not giving that one. And the Favour of the Gods, 5 points. Single use, the bearer gets to re-roll the d6 when rolling on the gaze of the gods. Extremely common. Fine. And we can give him... how many points has he got left? 80. We might as well give him a power scroll. Just to get those points in. So we're at 1,932 points. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the Chaos Warriors. They can get a magic standard. Give them a war banner. So what's the Dark Banner do? Magic resistance -3. The Blast is standard. Gives them armor saves. The Battle of Rage gives them frenzy. And the Dark Icon gives them shooting phase. We'll give this one the Banner of Rage. And this unit will give them the War Banner. So that was what we're up to now, 1,000. So we got 8 points. So basically, what I would have done if I'd had a little bit more points, I would have probably, you know, they've got magic standards. They've got 100 points to play with. You could probably stick the Banner of the Chaos Gods on them if you had a little bit more. A unit carrying this banner ignores all modifiers to its leadership characteristic. Pretty decent. Or the Doom Totem, -1 to the leadership's modifiers. You know, you could have really leaned into that. But essentially, that is it. We've got that box alone. We are sitting on 1,992 points. And I'm sure if you really sort of played into the items and stuff you could do, you could probably make yourself a decent army out of it. So that's a box of models, a battalion box, less than £100 if you get it from non-GW retailer. You can pretty much roll out a 2,000 point army. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, absolutely. And you've still got 2 spare models as well. So to do your little painting test on. Really, 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 really good. So that's, you could probably tweak that even more by, you know, just changing a few things. But yeah, like that's solid. And that is a really, really good box. So this just shows you that the Chaos Warriors of Chaos box is probably the best box. I'm very tempted by Chaos Warriors. I really like Chaos Warriors. Warriors of Chaos I've always been a big fan of. They are literally the big bad of the setting. And I've got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of love for Chaos in the future of the game. Azaval Cull and the First War of Chaos. So, you know, maybe we might actually get a miniature for Azaval Cull. How cool would that be? The first ever chosen. Well, he's not really the first. Bellicor is, but he failed because he sucks. But Azaval Cull also failed because he sucked. There is only one true ever chosen, and that is Archeon. End times. He did it. And he's pretty much a god in Age of Sigmar. I know he's not really a god, but he pretty much is. He is a badass. And it's an amazing model in Age of Sigmar. But we're not talking about Age of Sigmar. We're talking about Warhammer The Old World. So yeah, this is a solid army. So if you are a new player and you haven't decided on your army yet, but you want to get into Warhammer on the cheap, Warriors of Chaos Battalion, less than £100 from a local retailer. And you've got a 2,000 point list. Now, obviously, you're going to need to buy your Arcane Journal and your Ravaging Hordes book and your rule book on top of that. But that's not including the book element that you're going to need. But your actual model component, you're literally getting your army in one box for less than 100 quid, which is an absolute steal. So that's the video. If you do like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and share. and I will catch you in the next video, and we'll delve around on something. I'm going to be doing a video on the lanterns, the sky lanterns. Are they as broken as everybody is saying them are? Should they be toned down? Does the new book make them even worse? Does a sky lantern really need ambush? We're going to have a talk about it, and in a video dedicated purely to the lanterns, the coolest models in all of Warhammer The Old World, and probably the most busted. But anyway, like I said, if you are enjoying it, hit that subscribe button. You can support me in the members and Patreon areas in other ways if you want to. You don't have to. It's literally buy me a brew. And I'm going to say goodbye today. I drink and I know things, mainly coffee. Catch you later, people. Bye-bye for now.